Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it do? What it do, y'all? You know what time it is. It's that alien hour. Let's go and get ready to get into it. This first video we're gonna get into is alien civilization. First off, thank you everybody who tuned in to my VODs. Follow me on Twitch, Kick, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, D Matrix, all around, all around. One name for all social medias if you want to follow me, or if you have any videos you want me to commentary on myself. Oh man, well that makes sense. If you have any videos that you want to send me yourself that you want me to commentary on, I do that as well. Hit my DMs on Instagram. Um, Probably Instagram's probably the best one. TikTok, Facebook. Yeah, I kind of check my message, but I really don't because a lot of them spam me. But yeah, Instagram, TikTok, hit me on through there. Yeah. Um, Bada bing, Matrix family. So yeah, Alien now we're going crazy. We have another one from the Awakened Zone, man. This is obviously I'm one of their, I'm like a content junkie for their channel. They got some good sauce over there. But yeah, this is alien civilization living in our solar system. We're gonna take a look at this, give a commentary along the way. Yeah, let's get into it, y'all. I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're new here, hit that like, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. But if you've been here, what's up, family? What it do? Let's get into it. Let me turn y'all in, turn it in. No, that's not working. There we go.
They don't even know how many planets are in our solar system. They tell us 9, but there's actually 40 total. Every one of those 39 planets have different civilizations. Saturn is probably one of the most important.
40 planets in our solar system, y'all. So whatever number they already told us was not true. Allegedly, there's 40 planets in our solar system.
Planets in our solar system.
This is John Lear, by the way. John Lear.
And Lou Baldwin, who I talk to all the time, has written the books about space and UFOs. He said that if you were to look at the surface of Saturn, all you have to do is to look at it for 5 seconds and you would faint for about a day. They have tried to make us think, oh, it's way too hot for anybody to live on Venus, which is nonsense. There's a civilization up on Venus.
I know this. I told y'all. I know why I know this? Because I'm a Venusian. I'm telling you guys, I'm not from this planet. I'm from the planet Venus. A lot of you guys are either from my planet or other planets. We just don't know. We don't know. And otherwise, why I think I'm a Venusian. 1, because I'm a Libra. 2, I feel it in my heart. I'm from the planet Venus, the planet of love. I'm a straight up Venusian. Civilization exists among the planets. Clip that, clip that, clip that.
When there's several on Mars, all of them have. Uranus has civilizations.
We're here with John Lear, and today we're going to be talking about mysteries of our solar system. Welcome, John. Thanks for coming on the show.
The mysteries of our solar system.
Thanks, Emery. Nice to be here.
You know, let's talk about the planets of our solar system.
Okay, well, you know, NASA loves to limit the information they give us, and they don't even know how many planets are in our solar system. They tell us 9, but there's actually 40 total. So there's 39 planets in addition to Earth. Now, can we see them all? No. NASA can see a few of them, but not all of them. As a matter of fact, they can't see.
Of course, NASA gonna see the majority of them and only tell us what they want us to tell us for our safety because a lot of us can't handle the truth.
Most of them. ET uses a technology, and I don't know how it works, but it works pretty good.
And does NASA have any, have they observed anything of these planets?
They can see a few of the 39 other planets that exist, but they're not telling us.
Right.
Every one of those 39 planets have different civilizations. They trade with one another. They trade technology. They trade farming. There's a massive amount of air traffic control between them. So much is going on.
So basically, it's probably a whole highway going up in the sky right now. Not probably, my belief. There's a whole highway of stuff going on, just like there's traffic going on in the water. There's traffic going on in between these different cities, in between different countries. There's traffic going on in space. Yeah, yeah. Venus been trading with Mars. Well, Venus been trading with probably the other 39 planets. We've probably been trading with planets too. We just ain't gonna know. I mean, if you're like me and think outside the box and have have a great belief, yeah, you know all this. The cosmos is booming. It's not just rocks floating in the sky. I mean, that's easy to just think. That's easy to just come to that conclusion because it's safer, because you don't want to think outside the box. But yeah, the cosmos is booming. It's a civilization. You know how they try to prepare us? The Jetsons. Jetsons. Meet the Jetsons. Oh, that's not even how to. That's the Flintstones. I mean, here's George Jetson. You see how they was in the flying vehicles going back and forth? I don't think that was a city. That was a city in space. What you talking about? Come on, man. Then they went to remember in episodes of Jetsons, they would go to other planets to like the amusement park, to the mall and stuff. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. No little baby or little kid has an imagination of this. Nobody just come with the imagination of Transformers, robots in the sky. It's like, come on now. Come on now.
We're regarded as the solar system morons. As a matter of fact, they have tours from the
Solar system morons is crazy, but undeniably true. That's an undeniable statement. I clipped that.
planet to come, and you're not going to believe what these Earth people are doing now. Watts are going to have a war.
I was once told we're the Disneyland of the solar system.
The Disneyland of the solar system is correct. Everybody just comes through and leaves. I mean, comes through, drops off, and dip out. Come in and dip out. You feel me? Hey, this is Earth, you guys. I feel they watch us like the Truman Show. That's how the other alien civilization look at us. Now, guys, they come look at us like the zoo, like the tour. Like, all right, guys, these are humans. They treat us like the lions in a zoo. Now you look at them from a distance. Don't get too close to them. They're kind of stupid. Stupidity kills. Remember that, young aliens. That's exactly how they talk about us. On God, they treat us like a zoo. They just coming through. They don't tour like, hey, this is nice. They give us a tour like we the zoo, like we amusement park. Like they're not as intellect as us. These are humans. Remember that.
You know, NASA tell us we have four giants, gas giants. Would be Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, and Uranus. What they call gas giants are thriving planets with civilizations on them and all kinds of stuff going on, particularly Saturn. And Saturn has the rings around it that Norman Berggren wrote. The Ringmakers of Saturn found the big spaceships orbiting inside the rings. All kinds of stuff is going on.
With Saturn, what are those rings made out of?
You know,
Why would we just think these planets are just gas bubbles? See, that's what they tell us, and whoever believes it be like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they're gas bubbles. Why would we think God didn't make other planets with civilizations like he did with Earth?
I don't know, but Saturn is probably one of the most important planets in our solar system.
Really?
And Lou Baldwin, who I talk to all the time, who's written the books about space and UFOs, he said that if you were to look at the surface of Saturn from a planet a little ways away, he said all you have to do is to look at it for 5 seconds and you would faint for about a day. It would be so overwhelming that you would literally faint.
Because of
He said you would faint. Is it because it's that beautiful, or is it too, But he said you would faint. I'm thinking it's that beautiful.
Structures or because of the
He does not
races?
elaborate. He says
Didn't-
he said what you see
Overwhelming.
would be overwhelming that you would lose consciousness.
Oh,
I had
snap.
read some papers classified
That's
that
crazy.
said that there is these.
You will lose consciousness, bro. That means either you see some shit you just don't understand. You feel me? Because a lot of stuff, we're comfortable with a lot of stuff over here because it just makes sense and we understand it. Down from the physics, down to the elements, down to just morality in most parts for the majority. But common sense, human nature, just in general. So imagine seeing something like that and not used to seeing something like that. It's not like seeing a whole different culture in a different country. You're seeing different civilization, a different planet. Hell yeah, you probably gonna faint.
A portal there on the poles that the ETs used to come in and out of, and that is a very popular spot in our solar system, I'll say.
We have portals all over Earth, but they
Right.
change position all the time.
And that's due to what I believe is the axis and also the gravity of all the other planets and the sun. Is that correct?
I don't know.
don't know?
We know that Perry Spalter, who wrote The Gravitational Force of the Sun, debunking Newton's second law of gravitation, she says that the quantity and density of planets have nothing to do with the gravitational force. Now, Bob Lazar told us that gravity is made up of two waves, gravity A and gravity B. Gravity A, it works.
Wait, so there's two different types of gravities, gravity A, gravity P. But before that, I want to go back to the portal thing. So with the portals, he said that they constantly change. So if you remember someone saying that, oh, there was a portal, because I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos tonight while I'm asleep about portals. I'm gonna get into the portal. I was gonna get into like the cosmos. I'm already in the cosmos. We already in the cosmos. This is the cosmos. Talking about this has to deal with the cosmos, but portals. I feel like that has to do with cosmos as well as interdimensional beings, extraterrestrial, interdimensional, as well as different universes, just different dimensions. So, yeah, portals. But he pointed out something saying portals are always changing locations. Keep that in mind, remember that.
On an atomic scale, and it's the thing that holds atoms together in the nucleus. And gravity B is the gravity that holds us on Earth, and the Earth in orbit around the sun, and the moon in orbit around the Earth. The gravitational A wave is instantaneous throughout the universe. And the way that came up is apparently our government was trying to talk to somebody who was many hundreds of light years away, and there was some message that came back instantly, and either Bob or somebody asked how was that possible, and they said they use a gravity phone because the gravity phone is instantaneous, the wave is instantaneous.
A gravity phone. See what I'm saying, bro? We is behind. They got gravity phones. While we still worry about goddamn 5G signal dropping when I drive by trees. We supposed to have the latest technology, 5G, and the call's still dropping. They got gravity phones. Yeah, I'm pissed.
So if you could hook a telephone up to it, you could talk to somebody who was billions of light years away instantly. And that's because the gravity A is instantaneous.
How much is that phone bill? Is it? I don't think it's unlimited 5G free data. Not for no light years away. I think the roaming charges are astronomical with that one. No? Okay.
Since Venus is the closest to Earth, they have tried to make us think, oh, it's way too hot for anybody to live on Venus, which is nonsense. You remember the Russians had sent up the Venera series and 800 degrees centigrade at the surface.
The Venera program, 1961, 1984.
Of Venus, they didn't tell us what the parachutes were
Yeah,
made
how would
of.
you even get it down there?
Yeah, how would
Wait, so did Russians go? Hold on, go that back real quick.
anybody to live on Venus, which is nonsense. You remember the Russians had sent up the Venera series and 800 degrees centigrade at the surface of Venus. They didn't tell us what the parachutes were
Yeah,
made
how would
of.
you even get it down there?
Yeah, how would you even get it down there? Is that all that's nonsense? There's a civilization up on Venus. There's
So the Russians was the first one to come in contact with Venus. My people, the Venusians, the planet of love, the Libra scale, the Venus, the Venusians. That's interesting, the Venera program. Huh. Clip that.
there's several on Mars. All of them have. Uranus has civilizations, and the people are in huge round containers that contain housing, and they're like 50 miles tall, several miles in diameter.
The Jetsons, the Jetsons, the Jetsons, the Jetsons.
And they orbit Uranus. Anyway, Venus is a really nice place to live, as are most of the
How's that atmosphere there?
same as ours. And apparently they visited us several times. If you've read any of the Adamski books, they look like just,
They look like what?
us.
Yeah, like
Look
us,
like
right?
I'm telling you guys, I'm a Venusian, bro. Y'all gonna be like, bro, shut your ass up. Alright, They always ignore the crazy one. They always just see me like he's great entertainment. Alright. Y'all just mad because I'm from the planet Venus. Not trying to throw shade or nothing, but do your research. Find out what planet you from. Dig deep within yourself. Heck you talking about? Feel it. You may not even do the research. Meditate. Feel where you're from. Study it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do an alien hour where we're gonna break down probably the zodiac signs assigned to their natural planet. I'm gonna do that next turn. Cause I'm telling y'all know. Planet of Love, I'm a Venusian, I'm from Venus.
there's some kind of rule that you're not supposed to mess with Earth people or tell them anything.
Right.
So I don't know how that's.
It's part of the galactic laws. So you got politics on Earth, but you got the politics in the galactics, the Galactic Federation. With that comes galactic laws. Yeah. Nah, it's not just the American Constitution. It's the cosmos as well. Clip that.
Supposed to work. So that's all I know about Venus.
How about Mercury?
Mercury, supposed to be hot enough to melt lead. The basic misunderstanding that we all are infused with by NASA is the sun is hot. It's not hot. It may look hot, but it doesn't broadcast any heat. You remember when the first astronauts went up, that they made a great point of saying that they had to rotate the vehicles, the modules, to keep from burning up. So that it didn't get to, actually, there is no heat coming from the sun, so you'll notice that nobody had to rotate. The International Space Station doesn't have to rotate because there's no heat from the sun.
So you're telling me there's no heat coming from the sun? It's just a big light. You know how, well, heat comes from the light. But if no heat comes from the sun, what is it? Why would they tell us that the sun is hot? Is the sun not hot? Or is it just, what if the sun was actually cold? What if warm was actually cold and cold was warm? What if everything was not how it seems to be? Interesting.
What there is coming from the sun is an electromagnetic wave, and this wave is changed from it goes through our atmosphere, and our atmosphere changes the temperature of the atmosphere inside the Earth. So Mercury is supposed to be hot enough to melt lead. No, it's about the same temperature as here, because their atmosphere modifies the electromagnetic wave that comes out of the sun. With Pluto, we're told it's cold enough to freeze an Eskimo. It's not.
So Mercury is Earth number 2. If when something happens on Earth, which is probably not going to happen because it's all observatory, but yeah, if something happens on Earth, we need to find our way to Mercury, y'all. We have to find our way to Mercury. Dead ass.
It's the same temperature as here because it modifies the electromagnetic wave to create the proper temperature on the planet. And it's the same with all the planets.
And they have to have this atmosphere, of course, for it to be like that.
Right.
Right. Let's go to Mars. I mean, a lot going on there.
Yeah, Mars has civilization, which is divided by 2 factions that have been fighting for hundreds of years, and that fight is still going on. That's why we're not allowed to land anything there, and if we try to...
No, we don't need to go to Mars then. If like that sounds like what we already have going on Earth. Like we're trying to go to a planet that's already, have a peaceful foundation already in existence and is primarily peaceful. We're not trying to go to a planet that has 2 factions or too many controversy stuff going on. If that's the case, we might as well stay here on Earth. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Okay then.
End up anything there, they shoot it down, and there's records all the way back for 40 or 50 years of stuff that we've tried to send there. The original rover series, well, to start out with the original Viking photos,
Right.
Where the 2 guys, I think DiPietro and another guy, found those 2 pictures of the Cydonia region, and they showed the pyramids and
Yep,
the
I
face
remember
on
that.
Mars.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
when Bob Lazar worked at S4, he was
I
showing
remember
a
that.
briefing that had a photo, a close-up photo of the pyramids that showed doors, windows, balconies, everything. That was all an apartment building, which is shaped in a pyramid. So we wanted to know where
That was an apartment building? Yo, Mars got apartment buildings that look like pyramids. What are we doing, bro? Like, what? Like, really? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Heck yeah, they gonna shoot our stuff down. They're like, who? Earthlings? Get your ass on here, bro. Fuck wrong with y'all? Y'all stupid. So y'all still building blocks. Building Lego blocks as apartment buildings. Man, we got pyramids as apartments. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, man.
photo came from. So he and I had to drive down to LA to pick up his jet car, and we picked up his jet car, then drove over to Jet Propulsion Laboratories in Pasadena,
JPL. Yeah.
just like we owned the place, parked in visitor parking and took up the whole space with my truck and his 20-foot jet car, walked up in there and asked to see Bob Nathan, who was head of Viking Imaging. And it was just like everything was planned. They said, oh yeah, just a second, and they ushered us up to Bob Nathan's office.
Wow.
And Bob and I sit there and start talking with him. And we told him that, we were aware of the...
I guess Bob was the man, huh? Bob was the man with the plan. It's always a Bob that knows everything. I swear to God. If you know a Bob, he probably knows everything. He's probably smart as heck. I swear to God. I swear to God. Bobbies are always smart. A Bob, not Bobby. Bobby's like, oh, come on, man. Come on. But a Bob is different.
2 photos that the 2 guys had found that everybody sees the pyramids, but Bob had worked at a classified base where he had seen pictures of a pyramid in Cydonia that was very detailed and showed doors and windows and balconies and all that type of stuff. And we said, were there
Doors, windows, and balconies on a whole nother planet? Doors, windows, and balconies on the pyramid, but the pyramid is an apartment on another planet, and this planet is Mars that we're talking about, the Cydonian. I'm talking about Mars. And not only that, He said he got pictures of the balcony and windows. What are we doing, gang?
Were those in the original Viking series of photographs? Did we miss it, or did the two guys miss it? He said no. He said, I don't know exactly where those came from. So we said, you're head of Viking imaging. It would seem that you would have that kind of information. When he said they weren't in the original series, we asked him, did the orbiter camera, did it ever go into a lower orbit? And he said, yes, it did, but we didn't take any pictures. Of course, we had to laugh because
Why they see, you know what I'm saying, bro? See, you can't piss on our backs and tell us it's raining. You might as well say it didn't go lower. You might as well said that it didn't go lower at all. Because the fact that you said that it did went lower, but also come behind that and say, but we didn't take no pictures at all. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's like you leave money in the room with 5 people and you come back and you guys say, "Oh, did you guys see the money in the room? We see money in the room, but we didn't take it though. We left. We just left it there." Come on, man. Come on, man.
that's exactly how
Exactly
security
how.
works. Is you take the top guy who has
Right.
contact with the public and you don't tell him what's going on, even though he's the head of imaging. He doesn't know that they took pictures. So those pictures that Bob saw at S4 were taken when they went into the lower orbit.
So the two races there on Mars that have been fighting for a while.
Hundreds of years.
Are they the ones who destroyed Mars? Because Mars.
Yeah, there was
a huge,
large accident there, and I don't know how it happened.
Right.
We sent up the rover series. I just happened to be taking a remote viewing class.
Well, when I think of Mars, I think of sandy desert, kind of red air, mist, wind. And when I also think of that, I think of Star Wars Clone Wars video game for Xbox that came with the first Xbox when you bought it back in the day for promotional purposes. Is there a Star Wars Is there a Star Wars battle going on Mars? Holy shit. There's a Star Wars, bro. Mars got Jedis. Bro, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Clip that. Clip that. It all makes sense. All makes sense.
With Angela Smith Davis, who's one of the leading remote viewers in the United States, and she had a class, and I had a week off, so I took the class. So the first day we show up happened to be the exact day, I think it was the rover landed. And they were showing the twin peaks in the very, very distant what was going on. And she says she was a little late coming into class, and she says the reason I was late is I was with my husband watching these photos, and he works up at Groom Lake, and he's in charge of those rovers and how they, taking care of how they move, back and forth and everything. And when he saw those pictures, he says, "That's not Mars. That's out in Death Valley where we work. I know exactly where they are."
What?
So that tipped us off that the rovers wasn't going to Mars. Never has been. And every picture we've seen of Mars is taken someplace on Earth. The guy that is in charge of distributing the motor,
What? Hold on. He said every picture that we've seen on Mars was actually taking place in the desert on Earth. That's what I'm getting for this. He said the dead desert exactly. But I'm hoping that's not messing up what he said about the apartments and everything.
Mars pictures used to be Malin. Now, I'm not sure if Malin Space Systems still does it, but he was the original guy. Now, the reason he got to be in charge of that is he was once a very big Billy Myers proponent.
Oh.
And the only way to stop him was because he was so knowledgeable, and they couldn't say, "Oh, it's just some kook," They gave him a contract to vet the Mars photos, and that's how Malin Space Systems came into being, and that's how kind of the guy Malin got separated from promoting the Billy Myers photos.
Oh, I see. Got it.
The way they hide that stuff from the public is ingenious. You know, they spent a lot of time.
I'm confused. I'm hoping what he was talking about isn't contradicting. Well, it's not contradicting, that's the wrong word. But I'm hoping what he said towards the end with how the pictures that were taken and they were supposed to be portraying to be Mars are not Mars. They're really pictures of Earth, particularly places in the desert. I hope that's not ruining the whole apartment aesthetic in the Jetson thing. I'm still holding on to that tight. But I have to be fair and be open-minded.
You got how to keep the rank and file, you and me, from knowing what's going on or knowing what's really going on.
Yeah, the only way is to, you know, like I always tell everybody, you gotta go out and find out for yourself. And that's what you and Bob did. You went right to the source. Are these beings on Mars intelligent?
Absolutely, yeah.
What kind of question is that? Are these beings on Mars intelligent? First off, any beings outside of this planet Earth is intelligent. It doesn't take a rocket science to know that. What the heck? If they arrived here on Earth, just think about it. Just think about it. If we already have visitors that come to Earth, that kind of shows a lot of intelligence. Because how the hell they get here? I mean, for most part, if you tapped in, we know. But if that doesn't show intelligence, you might want to question your own IQ. Because what kind of that's the dumbest question I ever heard. The dumbest question I ever heard. That's the most dumb. Don't ever ask nobody that question. Are these beings on this planet intelligent? That's the most dumbest question to ever ask someone about aliens, ET, intimate, and damn near all that. Man, come on now.
And how far more advanced are they than we are, would you say?
Well, they can shoot down anything we put up there, so I imagine they're pretty far advanced. I don't know if they're more as far advanced as
He's being sarcastic with him because that's a dumbass question. That's the most dumbest question I ever heard.
humans on the moon, but everything's more advanced than us.
Right. Is it habitable?
Yes, it has a breathable atmosphere, and it's not red like
Right.
like NASA.
Oh,
might
it's
have us
not red.
believe. And there's plenty of water.
Are there any Earth humans on Mars?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't verify
If
that.
we went there, we didn't go under our own power.
Right.
ET took us there.
All right, and let's jump to the next one. So,
Before we jump to the next, I just want to make a statement here about disclosure.
He said, I don't know. That should tell you right there. If there are, that's the best answer. If there are people there, we didn't go there on our free will. We didn't say, hey, we want to go. Maybe we did. Maybe it's a few people be like, hey, man, come take me out this guy. Maybe they're successful, have great careers on Mars because they open their mind. They thought outside the box.
You and I talk about a lot of different things, and people want to know, when are they going to tell us? They're never going to tell us. And if they did, what
Never.
would they tell us? You and I know more than they would ever tell on disclosure. A guy that, read most of his stuff that comes out, in the...
What are they going to tell us? Well, even if they did tell us, a majority of us ain't going to believe them. I mean, the ones that are tapped in, like my Matrix family, we tapped in. But I'm like, majority of humans ain't gonna believe them. They already said aliens exist, and we still look at them crazy. Come on, we could put it right in front of people's faces. They're gonna say it's AI. Come on. This is the best time to reveal stuff, and people will still be naive about it.
Bookstore would know more than they'd ever tell us. So why would you want, the Pentagon to say, okay, we're gonna have a disclosure here, what would they tell us? Nothing, nothing that we couldn't know.
But then again, you and I are sitting here talking about disclosure and informing people what's really going on and telling the truth. As far as the government, it's not going to be the government, that discloses. It's more going to be like the people, if anything.
You can learn far more on your own
Right.
than the government ever tell you.
Exactly.
Yeah, what you said, you can learn far more on your own than what the government tell you. Hey man, y'all go check this page out, man. This is from the Waken Zone channel. I'll put the link in the description when I actually post some videos. I gotta post some more. I'm gonna cut these long forms out. I'm gonna cut the long form. I'm gonna cut the long form video out and put them in the thing. Oh, what up, Archly, what's up? I love your stream. See, you really chill. Yeah, I'm on the Alien Hour type junk. On the Alien Hour junk. Yeah, that's the channel from the Waken Zone. Waken Zone. Now I got another one. The Men in Black are real. They are real. The Men in Black are real. Actually, you stream too? Follow me. Hey, yeah, I'll follow. Yeah, for sure. Follow me. I'll follow you back up to my stream. But actually, do you know about the Men in Black? Are you familiar with the Men in Black? They're real too. They're real too. So let's check this out.
There was a
This is the Men in Black are real. A pilot's terrifying encounter. Let's go ahead and check this out. Give our Matrix educational my form of educational Matrix reaction.
gentleman by the name of Carlos de Souza, and he was an ultralight pilot, and he was also a geography professor in Sao Paulo, and he was going up to go ultralight flying with his friends early in the morning
Okay.
on January 13th, and he sees, and he's a pilot himself, he sees this object, this cigar-shaped object with a gash in the back, just like everyone else described, that was struggling to stay in the air, and he never once thought alien. He was like,
Yep, that's a spaceship. Yep, that's an alien craft. Let's give it a name. Let's give it a name. We're gonna call it the alien Cadillac, cause long body. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of something long body that's fire and that's cool. So we're gonna call it either the extraterrestrial the ET SUV or the ET Cadillac. So he's seen the ET SUV or ET Cadillac because they're long and wide body. So just to break it down to my peeps, or other peeps, because some of us don't know how to use the big ass words and stuff. And I'm just gonna, convert it to something we know. He's seen the ET Cadillac or the ET SUV in the sky, and he was like, "Oh shit."
that must be some sort of weird experimental craft, maybe it's government or Air Force, whatever. It's in trouble. It looks like it's going down. So it's really early in the morning. He turns off the freeway and he goes up to this place called the Maiolini Farm. It was a dirt road. And he goes up there and he sees it struggling to stay in the air, and then it just goes boom and hits the ground. He's like, oh my God, the thing just crashed. They need help.
They crashed the Cadillac, they crashed ET Cadillac. I wonder, think about it, right? Let's think outside the box. I ain't trying to be funny, but it's kind of funny, right? This is kind of funny. You know how we crash cars, God forbid, knock on wood, crash cars, and you need car insurance, right? For those type of situations. Do ETs have insurance? Is there a UFO insurance? Or they just be like, hey, no, we're gonna fix it because we got special powers, because we're tapped in. Because if they don't, I think that's really messed up that we have insurance. And because we should know how to do those powers too. Just saying. Just saying. Did they even use money up there? What's monetary asset? They do some type of trading. They trade. So there's some type of embargo going on. But what's is there? What's the money? Is there paper dollars? How much is an alien dollar? Is an alien dollar buy me a mansion? Okay.
Wow.
I, he said, "Oh yeah, nah. You can tell by how he's panting and he's explaining it. Like, bro, that game is shaky. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'd probably be saying it like he's reliving it again. Like he's having flashbacks. Y'all gonna laugh and be like, ah, bullshit. But like, nah, he reliving it, man. I don't, sometimes you gotta be like, why would this person bullshit for views or a dollar? Okay, cool. He gets that quick dollar. And let's say but if he's still feeling the same way afterwards and still having flashbacks after the fortune and fame, does that mean he's actually telling the truth, right? Like, come on now. We gotta stop judging people so quickly.
So he went up to the actual impact site, which was like a debris field bigger than a football field, maybe 2 football fields with debris everywhere. Half of the craft was still intact, and then the other half was just gone, like just debris bits everywhere. Got out of the car, and he's looking at it and again, never once did he think alien. That didn't even enter his consciousness.
Boy, you lying. You know he thought damn well it was an alien. You just see how he got on his knees praying and shit. Now I'm gonna get on his ass. See, I was just sticking up for him and talking about I didn't think it was an alien. What the? I mean, he probably thought it was like a government airplane or some shit. Like, come on, gang. Come on, gang. That's what I'm talking about right here. We're too sheep, too coddled. Welcome to Earth, the coddled planet zoo.
Right? And he said he's looking at it, he's like these little bits everywhere, and he goes, the smell, like he was like, it's rotten eggs and ammonia. He grabbed his shirt and kind of pulled his shirt over his.
Oh yeah, because they release the toxins when they die, and it can be it's not good for us. We can't inhale that. Like that could really do. It's not gonna be good for our body. It's the toxins that could really harm us physically. I think I got that right. Yeah.
Mouth. He's like, my God, the smell is so intense.
She immediately smelled ammonia.
Ammonia is strong as hell too.
It was like rotten eggs, a very strong odor. I had to cover my nose with the shirt I was wearing.
And there was like kind of a liquid that you described, because I was asking like an acid or some sort of liquid everywhere that causing the grass and stuff to burn. And
He said it was
I bet it was the alien blood.
acid, maybe
like
an
an acid or
yeah.
something, yeah, like some kind of liquid, and that caused. He was talking about the grass was affected by it, and actually, when we flew the drone over that exact alleged impact site, you can see it's different. The ground looks different in that zone than it does all around it. I mean, it really does.
Yes.
And he picked up one of the pieces, and he said it was like aluminum, really light, like you couldn't feel it. Very much like the Roswell people that described.
They said that for you wrapped chicken in. I'm done, guy. You know what? I take it back. He probably really didn't think it was a UFO at all. He did not think it was an alien. He thought it was Chick-fil-A's new delivery equipment. He thought they just wrapped the chicken in it. That shit for what it was.
What you hear?
Yeah, and he said that he could crumple it up really light, like you could barely feel it in your hands, and then when he released it, it regained its shape.
It's the same thing as what Jesse Marcel
That's
said.
what he said. Yeah.
What do you say?
It regains it.
Always
described.
what you hear.
Yeah, and he said that he could crumple it up really light, like you could barely feel it in your hands, and then when he released it, it regained its shape.
It's the same thing as what
Yeah,
Jesse Marcel
that's
said.
what he said. Yeah.
What?
Weightless. You couldn't feel that you had anything in your hands.
And then he goes, then all these military trucks started coming in from the military base Ezra from the opposite direction, which actually.
So what it's like he said foiled and soon you try to crush it, it goes back. Oh no, boy, that boy came across some alien technology. I mean, well, debris from the ship, of course. But what? What is that? So it's probably easy to repair that guy. What are we doing, Earth? Stop holding our powers. I want to learn. I'm friendly. I'm kind. I don't want war among people. Like, damn. So what? We get drunk. So what? We smoke weed. We just having fun. But these niggas be greed. So what? We go out. That's how it's supposed to be. I want a new friend. That's E.T. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. I wanna be cool with ETs. Hey, so what? We get drunk. So what? We smoke weed. We just having fun. We know the UFO see. So what? We go out. I'm just cool and free. I just wanna be cool with ETs. Okay,
Actually, just a few months ago, we were there, and I took the drone way, way up in the sky and pointed it straight down, and you could see where the Ezza military base, the route that Ezza would come in from, and he came in from the freeway on the opposite side, and that's when he was threatened at gunpoint. He didn't see anything.
Here comes the man in black, man in black. Galaxy Defender. Here comes the man in black, man in black. They won't let you remember. They say, got your way, boy.
Get out of here.
Hey, what the hell you just seen, boy?
Here, he was like, I was just trying to help. Like, what's the problem? I'm just trying to help. I'm not, And that's when he said things got really weird. And then he got into his car and he left and he stopped at a gas station just a few miles down the road to have a coffee and just kind of gather himself. And that's when an unmarked vehicle showed up and they knew who he was, his name, his wife, his address, his daughter, like everything about him.
So don't fear us, cheer us. If you ever get near us, don't fear us. MIB is all we know in Jack. And call Men in Black. The Men in Black.
And approached me, dressed in black suits, all perfectly aligned, very tall individuals. They stood right next to me and asked me, "Are you Mr. Carlos de Sousa, married to so-and-so, your daughter so-and-so?" They described my entire life story.
Here comes the Man in Black, Man in Black. They won't let you remember. No, 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 no. I gotta play that shit. Hold on. Y'all ain't playing on play shit. I don't give a fuck, man. Welcome to the stream, man. If you're new here, true here. Man, I gotta play that. I gotta play that. Yeah. MIBs. MIBs. Here comes the Man in Black, Man in Black. They won't let you remember. The good guys dressed in black. Remember that. The days we ever face to face and make contact. Title held by me, MIB. And when you think you saw, you did not see. When we play deep, black Ray Bans on. Extraterrestrial violence. We don't know government lists. You straight don't exist. No names and no fingerprints. There's no things at your back. You never do where the MIBs is at. Comes the Man in Black, Man in Black. Only see the fenders. Here comes the Man in Black, Man in Black. They won't let you remember. The good, the dark, rising. Okay, I'm done.
Right there. I turned to the man and asked, "Who? Who are you? What do you want to know? How do you know all this?"
Uh huh. What'd he say? What'd
It
he
was
say?
perfectly clear to me. Listen, you didn't see anything. You just shut your mouth and you leave.
It won't let you remember. From deepest and darkest nights it was rising. That fight that the camera zoom and fandom doom.
If anyone ever asks you anything at all, you didn't see anything.
You didn't see anything. Yo, we ain't on no government list. We straight don't exist. No names, no fingerprints. You never know what dudes with the MIBs is at. We tell them, here comes the man in black. Now you ain't gonna remember nothing, boy. You better say nothing, nada, nothing.
You don't know a thing, or else things will get, no, supposed to, it's really weird for you. All right, so just get out
Really
of it.
weird for
I
you.
was
It get
at that
really weird.
moment completely startled.
Don't say nothing. He said, don't say nothing, my friend. Listen, you shut up. Shut up. Don't say nothing. Where my glasses at? Boy, y'all lucky I ain't find my glasses, man. You lucky I ain't found, man. Like I ain't got my glasses. I never lies this whole string. You won't remember nothing. They won't let you remember. Remember that.
It was a black or a very dark blue Opala, almost black, and
Mhm.
without a license plate. They got in and drove away. They vanished.
That's
So they
that's
vanished.
crazy
You need-
because it's a level of counter intel response
in
times
96.
in 1996.
In
And
1996.
they somehow know everything about your family, and it's right after you witness a crashed craft and you drive a few miles away.
Yeah.
And they somehow are able to apprehend you there.
Yep.
Like,
The car that stopped had no plates.
did they have an accent, or was it?
He said they were very tall. They had suits, and they spoke Portuguese. And sometimes there'll be one person speaking Portuguese.
Yeah, they spoke Portuguese on the thing, man. But hey, y'all wanna go check y'all wanna go check them out. This is check the rest of the video out. This is The Men in Black Are Real and the Pilot's Terrifying Encounter by Jesse Michael Clips on YouTube, 96.9K subscribers. Yes sir, yes sir. Y'all have a great night now. I'm about to take it in, got a little sleep. I'll go watch some videos and stuff. But yeah, like always, Matrix. I know it's been a short stream, but yeah, it's the alien hour. You know what it is. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here and you're true here, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow. Follow me on Twitch, Kick, YouTube. It's right here at the bottom if you want to check me out for real everywhere. You feel me? Instagram, Facebook too. I should put that. But yeah, it's D Matrix everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? You're looking for me? Put D Matrix Twitter too. Alright, Matrix family. Like I said, if you're new here, you're true here. If you've been here, what's up, cousin? What's up, family? What up, sir? What up, bro? What up, unc? What up, auntie? Welcome to the cosmos. Welcome to the Matrix, the families of the cosmos. You feel what I'm saying? The Matrix, the families of the cosmos. You have a great night now. Like always, Matrix.